Hi, this is a video about our trip to Halong Bay in Vietnam. The ship was PNE 2. We went for the 3 days, 2 nights option and left on the 23rd of July 2025. One of the reasons that we went for that option is that I've seen so many videos where the presenter said, there was only one thing wrong with this cruise that we regretted. We should have taken the 3-day, 2-night option. So here we are. This is the cruise embarkation port in Halong Bay. Basically, this is where we get a small boat to get to our big boat. Upon entry to the boat, we were greeted with refresher towels, rose petals, a welcome drink, and a very lavish lunch. The food was exceptional all the time that we were there. There were all-you-could-eat buffets for breakfast, 5-course meals for lunch and dinner, with plenty of other items to eat on the side if you wished, all included in the price. All alcohol, however, needed to be purchased separately. These seem to be pricey for Vietnam, but cheap by Western standards. Although you could buy booze and other items cheaper from the boat ladies who were never too far away from your cabin balcony. Our rooms were also exceptional. We lashed out and had a premium balcony cabin each, and it was absolutely fantastic. Considering we were on a boat, it was very spacious, especially the bathroom. Every cabin had a balcony, and needless to say, the views were out of this world. There's something that I need to mention. We were very lucky to get here because we booked this holiday back in February. And 5 days before we were about to leave for Halong Bay, there was a terrible accident. 39 people died due to a storm that caught everyone off guard in the area. This resulted in a boat similar to the smaller boat that took us to this boat, capsizing and resulting in the loss of life of 39 people. Another concern was that looking at the weather forecast, there was a typhoon whipper that was on its way to Halong Bay as well as Hanoi, and as a result, the Vietnamese government had banned any sailing from Halong Bay. So we didn't know whether we were coming or not, or maybe we had to start looking for alternative accommodation in Hanoi. We didn't know what was going on. Anyway, the night before we were due to leave, we received an email from a cruise company saying that the government had lifted the ban and it's all good to go. So we're very lucky to get here. 1 day difference and it would have meant us not going. So we got here, and as you can see, it's certainly quite calm but cloudy. There are patches of blue here and there, which is better than it was in Hanoi for the last couple of days, as it was raining and quite windy there, no doubt due to the oncoming typhoon. It's about 35 degrees Celsius, a bit rainy, cloudy, with a bit of a breeze, but hey, it's a fantastic part of the world to be in.
And the people selling things, they come up to your window in the boat and sell your wares. Anything from Johnny Walker's to vodka and I think you name it, they've got it.
So, it's a lovely boat, the food is fantastic, good crew, great service, no complaints so far, but it really is a pretty wonderful boat in an even better location. We're not going kayaking like most of the other passengers, we'll just get in the pool, goof off, sit here and wait until the happy hour at 5 p.m. There are a lot of activities over the 3 days, as you can see, as well as the lengthy 5-course lunches and dinners. prices here for cocktails are expensive for Vietnam, but not by Western standards. Most cocktails are around the 300,000 Vietnamese dong mark, which is about $17.25 Australian. So a 2-for-1 cocktail happy hour is a bargain. Also, there's another happy hour after dinner. The Serenity. So, a bit of information about this area. Halong Bay is a bay located in northeastern Vietnam. The name Halong means descending dragon. The bay consists of a dense cluster of some 1,600 limestone monolithic islands, each topped with thick jungle vegetation, rising spectacularly from the ocean, for which it is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a popular travel destination. The bay is also part of a larger area that includes Bai Tu Long Bay in the northeast and Cát Bà Island to the southwest, with these zones sharing similar geological, geographical, climate and cultural characteristics. Several of the islands are hollow with enormous caves, and there are a number of beautiful beaches on the smaller islands. Well, here we are at day 2 at Halong Bay. It's been raining a lot actually, but it seems to have tapered off with a few little spits here and there. We're on a different and smaller boat at the moment, heading to Cát Bà Island, which I hope will be nice and dry. Cát Bà Island is the largest of the islands in the Halong Bay area. The archipelago has been a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve since 2004 and a part of Halong Bay Cát Bà Archipelago World Heritage Site since 2023. So, is Halong Bay worth it? Let's first look at the price. As previously stated, we lashed out and got the premium balcony cabin each, so we didn't share a room. All prices quoted were in US dollars. That worked out to US $523 each for 3 days, 2 nights, all the food, which was exceptional, but drinks not included. The cost also includes activities such as kayaking, swimming, cooking demonstrations, squid fishing, Tai Chi sessions, trip to Cát Bà Island with the boat there and bicycles or electric carts on the island, trip to Trung Trang Cave, and also a late brunch before leaving. Also, the shuttle bus round trip from Hanoi, Hanoi cost $35 US per person, picked up from your hotel but in the old quarter only. Generally, everything we could want was provided, no real complaints from us. However, just a couple of negatives. It was stated that there would be Wi-Fi and each room had a TV. Wi-Fi was available at first, however, that ceased later on the first day. I assume that this was due to being out at sea. Same with the TV. There were many stations, though only one in English. However, later on the first day there was no reception at all. I feel reticent to complain about this, as I did not come to one of the most beautiful places on earth to whinge about not having a TV or Wi-Fi. However, we were paying for it. Also, we saw many other bigger boats with what looked like bigger and better communication radar. I can only assume that they may have no problem whatsoever with Wi-Fi or TV signals. The other issue was rubbish in the ocean. The majority of the time it wasn't too bad. However, in some spots there was a lot of trash with plastic, etc. floating in the ocean. Most of it looked like fishermen's rubbish, polystyrene crates, etc. My understanding is that the UNESCO World Heritage Site status is reliant on the place being kept clean. And we did see a few barges and boats that seemed to have been cleaning up the bay due to the amount of rubbish they had on board. So they do seem to be making an effort, and it is a huge area of 1,553 square kilometres. But perhaps the fishers should make an extra effort in not throwing stuff overboard. So what about that verdict? Yes, a Halong Bay cruise is definitely worth it. And if you can afford it, I would strongly suggest the 3-day, 2-night option. You can thank me later. If nothing else, it lets you relax instead of trying to cram everything into a small 24-hour envelope. Have a great time.